Hello, I am Grace, a wife, a mother, and a parents coach. Welcome. It's very important for us as parents to teach our children the skill of asking the right and clarifying questions. A child who always asks questions will read. A child who asks questions consistently will be a thinking adult. The leaders ask questions. A child who is always answering will follow. So it's very important for us as parents to teach our children the skill of asking questions, and not just asking, but asking the right questions and asking those questions consistently. A situation where a parent, you talk to your child or you keep telling your child something and the child say you can talk to your child for hours and at the end the child will say not even asking mommy, what if, mommy, which, where, when, how. So we should be able to develop that skill in our children. What if, how, which, where, when, how. To teach our children that. But these days parents we tend to be very super busy, and so our children, when they can ask us 1,000, 2,000 questions, and immediately we shut them. I beg, you're always asking questions. It's very good. Leave me, you're always asking questions. Every now and then you always ask. It is very good for our children to ask questions consistently, whether those questions, whether they make sense, whether they don't make sense. But with time, we'll now teach them how to ask the right and clarifying questions. So if you're a parent and your child is always asking you questions every now and then, no matter how tired you are, don't shut that child. Don't say, I beg, leave me, you too they ask questions. Now only you they. You should be very happy if a child is always asking you questions. Even me, I get tired. At times, they can ask 1 million questions. They don't even want to know whether you're tired or whether you're exhausted. They can ask 20 million questions. Yeah, it's very good. Because a child who asks questions every now and then, consistently, will grow into becoming a thinking adult. We grow to read, but a child who always answers will follow. So the other day, I took my child to the pharmacy. And so the pharmacist was asking me questions, but she was the one having the challenge. So I now turned and looked at her. I said, yeah, good news, answer. Not be me being sick. I was not the one having the issue. She was the one. But the pharmacist was asking me, and I turned and said, yeah, good news, answer. So you see, she did not express it very well, but at least that was a starting point. I insisted she answered the questions, because now she where the chuku no be me. She's the one that is having she's the one that is having the issues and not me. You see, so I insisted that she should be the one to answer the questions. Though again, I added 1 or 2, but she was the one. So when the doctor asked, the pharmacist asked me, I turned and looked at her to answer. You see, a situation where parents will take our children out to somewhere, and when they are asking the child question, they never even ask the pikin question finish. You as mama, you don't jump, answer. Now you then ask. Now you then ask the question. He's a shy person. He does not talk in public. He's this. He's an introvert. Now you then ask, madam. Oga, now you then ask. Allow the child to answer the question. So whenever we take our children out and they keep asking our children questions, don't jump in. You will not make that child to be an independent thinking child. Don't jump in. Allow the child, no matter how one kind the child will answer the question. Allow the child to answer the question. Don't answer the question for the child. And so when we went to the pharmacy that day, so after everything, we're now going home. As we're going, that wasn't good to start asking me questions again on the way about everything and the drugs and all of that. Immediately, I did a U-turn. I went back to the pharmacy. I sat down. I said, yeah, good news. The questions you were asking me, see the pharmacist say, ask. She was beginning to be shy. I insisted for her to ask. Not be me be pharmacist. Not be me be doctor. So I made her to ask the questions. So let us teach our children to ask questions. Very, very important. And when we take them out and they ask them questions, please don't jump and answer. No be you they ask. You are not the one they ask the question. It is the child. Allow the child to answer the questions. Second skill we should teach our children as parents is the skill of focus. Today we are in a distracted world. We are in the world of noise. And in a distracted world, in a world of noise, focus is not just a skill. Focus is a weapon. Focus is a superpower. We should teach our children to focus. Very important. A situation where you give your child chores to do. The child, in the middle of that chores, the child will just spread all over. The child cannot focus. A child who can focus from 30 to 45 minutes without fidgeting, I'm telling you, that child is already 20 years ahead of his peers or her peers. A child is given assignments or homework from the school to do that will take that child 5 to 10 minutes. That child cannot focus. You take a child out, maybe for an event or for a sit-out or something, and that child cannot focus. The child cannot stand one place for 5 minutes. My ear is pinching me. My nose is scratching me. My tummy, my hand. I want to wee-wee. It's just all over. Because the world is so noisy. So in the world of noise, in the world of distraction, today, we should teach our children to focus. And so when they find themselves in a distracted world like this, in a distracted and noisy environment, they should learn how to focus. You give your child house chores, the child should focus and do the house chores without fidgeting. The child comes back home with homework or home fun or assignment, the child should be able to sit down for 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes and concentrate and do that homework or assignment that was given to the child. So to teach our children the skill of focus, very, very important. Another skill we should teach our children as parents is the skill of decision making. We are products of our choices. There's a decision making tree. Okay, these are the choices, these are the consequences. We should not make choices for our children, but we should teach them how to make choices. Very, very important. It's a very important skill for us as parents to teach our children. A child who is already 6 years old, 7 years old, cannot bring out his or her dress that he will wear for church or to stay in the house. That is already a decision failure. A child is 6 years old, 7 years old. You are the one removing the clothes that the child will wear. When you bathe the child, or when you bathe the child, ready maybe to stay in the house or to go to church or to go or maybe for a family sit out or something, you're the one that is choosing clothes for the child that the child will wear. That is already a decision failure. You don't jump in at every point in time to be making decisions for your child, because you know something, that child will grow and definitely will grow and live, and that child, all the days of his life or her life, that child will live to be making decisions with or without you. And so let us teach them how to make choices and not make choices for them. Give them 2 right options. They should be able to decide. And when they even make the decision, they should be able to know the consequences that follows these decisions that they have made. Take for instance, in my house, I have a menu for breakfast that the children will eat in the house before going to school. Then there's also another menu for the food they will eat in the school, and they usually stay for the lesson, and this food they will eat during the lesson. And so do you know what I did? For the food menu for breakfast in the house before they eat, breakfast in the house that they eat before they go to school, I allowed the good news to make that decision. She was the one that drew the food menu, a busy food timetable, a busy food menu. So she's the one that made it from Monday to Friday, what they'll be eating in the house before they go to school. I gave her options, and I allowed her to sit down and draw the food menu. And when she drew, I looked at it and said, okay, it's fine. I did not even add or subtract. You see, another thing too, then the one for the school. And also during the lesson, since that one is more comprehensive, I made that one, but I made it together with her so that she will see how I do it. Because with time, she will also do it. Another thing also, in my house, in every evening, we usually do family Bible study. Do you know that the timetable, is it the schedule, the roster for the family Bible study? Good news. She's the one that is handling that. She's 9 years old. She's the one that is handling that. I have never interfered. That, okay, good news, because we made sure that in the family Bible study roster, everybody anchors Bible. So maybe today is my turn, tomorrow it could be the dad's turn, the other day could be. So we made it to cut across everybody in the house. And I allowed her to make that roster. Yeah, I allowed her. And she did this, you know something, to tell you that she's growing. The first 4 that she did it well. The 5th one, she improved and added another thing. Okay, how do I mean? So the first 4 that she did, she put, okay, the day, maybe like today, the date, the person that is to anchor the Bible study. That is it. For the first 4 Bible study roster. Do you know by the 5th time, she added the day, the dates, the person to anchor the Bible study, the person that will pray before the Bible study and after the Bible study. You can see she has improved. But the first 4, the person that anchors the Bible study will be the one to pray before the Bible study, still anchor the Bible study, and will be the one to pray after the Bible study. But after the 4th roster, by the time we got to the 5th roster, she picked another person. So this time around, the person that anchors the Bible study is not the one who will pray, but there's somebody who will pray before the Bible study. Then the person who anchors. Then after the Bible study, she puts another one who will pray after the Bible study. I have never interfered. You see, so that is their clothes. When they come back from school, the smaller one, I beat her, but the other ones, they beat themselves. They are the ones that not clothes care. Now you go come more clothes where you go here. You see, so even their shoes, because I discovered over time, if I'm picking clothes, they say, "Mommy, I don't want this one. I want this one." So I had to tell myself that, Grace, can you take a little step backward? Allow them to pick the clothes they want to wear, and even the shoes. So let us teach our children the skill of decision making. Because you know something, even up onto the life partner, the choice of a life partner, it is them that will make that decision. So let's not always be making decisions for our children every now and then. Any small thing will jump in and want to make this, but we can teach them how to make choices. And they should know the consequences of the choices that they make. I don't want this video to be longer than this. I have several other skills our parents should teach their children. I will do it in another video. Please, I want you to subscribe, comment, like and share, and also to follow me on my YouTube channel, The Women's Theatre. Thank you so much.